Hi, this Miss Melinda, and this is Melinda's Spontaneous Smart Diva Show. And tonight we're going to continue to do another Mars and outer space class. I thought this is really a refreshing class. And it's exciting. And I said tonight, I want something really exciting from Mars and outer space. I want something exciting for Mars and outer space. So I came up with some weird questions. So I'm trying to I don't want this, I have to be sideways. This is the problem. So you hold it like this. No, see, that's making you look fat. That's how you have to have it. But by the time I do it, my fingers hurt. Oh. All right, let's try it. No, we're not doing it like that. Okay. So here I am, and this is Miss Melinda. I think we're in the right position. NASA, Mars rovers. Okay, people do not get into a rover to drive and navigate around Mars. The rovers are navigated remotely from Earth using computer systems. Scientists and engineers send commands to the rover, and it moves autonomously to accomplish its tasks. So it's all high tech, quote unquote. No steering wheels involved. NASA, I asked info just the last 3 years discovery. I asked what is the best discoveries in the past 3 years. I figured it'd be much more exciting for my students and fans to hear the most recent updated outer space and solar system discoveries. The newest is going to be the most fascinating. And so I asked the last 3 years discovery. And are going to be more exciting, or most mankind in America might not heard anything in the past 3 years. Well, that's why I purposely researched last 3 years. Okay. That's why I purposely researched last 3 years. Now, let's see. Now, how many teachers would have asked most last 3 years? Okay. I'm trying to brag a little bit there. Was this Curiosity or Perseverance rover? I'm talking to myself there. Forget that. Okay. NASA, we have, has made some fascinating discoveries in the past 3 years. Here are a few. One, exoplanets. This is the biggest deal right now going on with NASA up on Mars in the past 3 years. Number one, exoplanets. NASA confirmed the discovery of 6 new exoplanets in 2023, bringing the total to 5,500. Wow. This is weird. We have found 5,500 planets, exoplanets. Wow. From Mars, I guess. These discoveries include unique planets like this TO1. Oh, okay. Okay, so sorry, I was too loud. Okay, these discoveries include unique planets like TOI, it's all uppercase, TOI-198, with a lowercase b just below, kind of off to the side and below. And then, which orbits, let's see, I got down here, it is, and the last letter is an I. Yeah, okay. So, which sends for transmitting exoplanet survey satellite object of interest. Okay, so NASA. One. My left arm, by the time I got to it, my left arm's killing me. See my pretty barrettes in my hair? See, look. Isn't that pretty? Okay. I'll have to try this arm because that is hurting now. Okay, so here it is. They found, this is some of the biggest things that they have found and discoveries up on Mars in the past 3 years. So we have the TOI-198. 198. I'm trying to get this. There. Okay. The TO-198 orbits on the edge of its stars, habitable zone, and MNC uppercase MNC 758 with a little c off to the right down a little bit. A giant prototype planet, protoplanet, carrying spiral arms into its star's protoplanetary disk. Okay. So 2, gamma ray glows. In 2024, NASA's ALOFT campaign uncovered new insights into gamma ray glows within tropical thunderclouds. These high energy, quote unquote, emissions were found to be more common and dynamic than previously thought. Okay. Now, 3, Earth science, NASA, GRACE. Mission revealed critical data about water storage changes in the US Great Basin. US Great Basin. We have to find out what that is. And I looked it up. I don't know if I wrote it might be written down. We'll come across it. Otherwise, I'll look it up at the end of class. Okay. So, about water storage changes in the US Great Basin, BASIN, highlighting the impact of snow years on water management and aridification. Okay? Aridification is when the land and the water starts to dry up. I already looked that word up. NASA continuing, it's part of the naming convention used for planets identified by Tess, quote unquote. I teach you a little bit about Tess later on in this class, and tomorrow I have a whole bunch more on Tess. I researched that I want to teach you about Tess. There's a lot of exciting new things about this Tess. So tomorrow we'll be doing that. But I just will say here, it's part of the naming convention used for planets identified by Tess, quote unquote, during its survey of the skies. Aridification is the gradual process of land or a region becoming increasingly dry and lack moisture. It often leads to the transformation of ecosystems, reduced water resources, and challenges for agriculture and living conditions. This phenomenon can be caused by, quote, climate change, unquote. Human activities like deforestation, or natural shifts in weather patterns. I asked what and where is the US Great Basin. Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil. Per Miss Melinda. And it says the US Great Basin is a vast region in the western United States known for its unique geography and arid, A-R-I-D, climate. It spans nearly all of Nevada. That's fascinating. Never heard that before. Much in parts of California, Idaho, Utah, Oregon, Wyoming. The Great Basin is characterized by its internal drainage system, meaning that water in the region does not flow to the ocean. That's fascinating. It says that water in the region does not flow to the ocean. That's fascinating. But instead evaporates. It evaporates. Okay. And then seeps underground or collects in lake, like the Great Salt Lake. And I asked, you mean Utah? And they said, yeah, I skied Salt Lake City, Utah with the ski team in high school. And I also skied Winter Park, Colorado. But we owned a condo in Vail, Colorado, which is even nicer than Aspen. So I was skiing that too. Skiing Vail. It's right next door to Aspen. It's got nicer slopes. It's got Beaver Creek. We ski Beaver Creek. Okay, so I asked, is it Utah? And they said yes. This area is also home to the Great Basin, National Park in Nevada, which showcases its diverse landscapes from desert valleys to alpine peaks. It's a fascinating region, okay, with a mix of deserts, mountain ranges, and unique ecosystems. Okay, NASA's ALOFT campaign, Airborne Lightning Observatory for FEGS. We don't know yet what that is. Observation for FEGS and TGFS. We don't know yet what that is. Okay. Is a collaborative field investigation aimed at studying high energy, quote unquote, radiation emissions from thunderstorms. It involves flying the NASA ER-2 aircraft over tropical thunderstorms. And in regions like the Gulf of Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean. The campaign focuses on observing phenomena like terrestrial gamma ray flashes. That's TGFS. That's terrestrial gamma ray flashes. That's TGFS. Now we know. Terrestrial T, gamma ray G, flashes F, S plural. Okay. And gamma ray glows, validating spaceborne lightning mappers, MAPPERS, and advancing the design of quote, next generation lightning mapping technologies. This is fascinating. Gamma ray glows. NASA are bursts of high energy radiation, quote unquote. Okay, gamma ray glows are bursts of, quote, high energy radiation, unquote, emitted by thunderstorms, unlike TGFs, which are short and intense. Gamma ray glows are more extended in time and space, lasting for minutes or even hours. They are associated with quasi-stationary thundercloud fields and can have significant localized effects on the atmosphere. Tropical thunderclouds. The birthplace of these phenomena are typically found in regions near the equator, such as the Caribbean. And then Central America and the Gulf of Mexico, period. These clouds are characterized by intense convection, and are often associated with tropical cyclones and storms. Interesting. NASA. Next. A quasar stationary thundercloud is a type of thundercloud that remains relatively fixed in one location for an extended period, unlike typical thunderclouds that move with prevailing. These clouds are anchored by let me reread this because the word's missing there. So, unlike typical thunderclouds that move with prevailing winds, these clouds are anchored by specific atmospheric conditions, such as localized convection or topographical influences. They can produce prolonged weather phenomena, including heavy rainfall, lightning, and gamma ray emissions. NASA. Okay, super Earth exoplanet, quote unquote, called uppercase TOI -198 with a lowercase b off to the side. TOI -198b, discovered in 2023 on Mars. It orbits an imp-type star located about 78 light years from Earth. Isn't this fascinating? That's why I like teaching the universe and the solar system. This stuff is fascinating, and we don't know this. We're just learning this now. Here are some intriguing details, okay? Because I asked about the TOI 198b. So that's got to be what we're still talking about. And it orbits an M-type star located about 70 light years away from Earth. Here are some intriguing details. Size and mass. I asked for give me exciting news to give to my students and fans. So they did. They said, here are some intriguing details. Bullet size and mass. It's about 1.44 times the radius of Earth. Wow. And it has a mass approximately 2.67 times that of Earth. Wow. Orbit is the next word. TOI-198b. Still the same one. Incredibly close to its star. And at just 0.1 AU, whatever that means. Astronomical units. Looks like the word units. Okay. Orbit is the next word. Continued. Completing an orbit in only 10.2 days. Temperature with an estimated surface temp of 370 K, about 97 Fahrenheit upper C. It's far too hot for life as we know it. The B, lowercase b in its name, the lowercase b simply indicates that it's the first planet discovered in its star system. If more planets are found, they would be labeled C, D, E. So they're going to label, as they find more of these exoplanets, it'll be labeled in alphabetical order, as we just now had B and C. So NASA Mars, here's this is capital MWC 758 lowercase little c, is a giant protoplanet discovered in 2023, orbiting an A-type, I have to look that up, A-type star, about 500 light years away. Think about this, how phenomenal this is. About 500 light years away. How can they figure out with their equipment something's 500 light years away? Just like I read the other day in this class, there's billions of galaxies. I couldn't believe it. I was studying to teach class. I didn't know if I didn't get that in the class for some reason. But it said there was billions of galaxies. How the hell would they be able to detect billions of galaxies? You know how many light years and 100 years away you would have to get to find billions of galaxies? How did they do that? I'm going to research how they did that. They can't just do it with telescopes. So, okay, so the MWC, giant protoplanet discovered in 2023, orbiting an A-type star about 500 light years away. This planet is cosmic sculptor, shaping. I don't want it that, no, this ain't working for a minute. It got out of position. Just 1 minute. Okay, so let's try this again. Yeah, let's keep it. Oh, there. When you lift it up like that, that looks much better. There you go. When you lift it up. All right. So MWC 758, a little c, is a giant protoplanet discovered in 23, orbiting an A-type star about 500 light years away. This planet is a cosmic sculptor. shaping its star's protoplanetary disk into stunning spiral arms. Here's what makes it sensational. MWC 758c. Mass and size. It's estimated to be about 8 times the mass of Jupiter, making it a true giant. Okay, next word, orbit. I don't know if we started it. Okay, MWC 758. Orbits its star at a staggering distance of 100 AU, whatever AU is. We'll have to Google that tomorrow. 100 times the distance between Earth and Sun. It's fascinating. Can you think of that in your mind? The distance between Earth and the Sun, 100 times. Taking an incredible 817 years. Can you believe this? 817 years to complete one orbit. Wow. Next, cosmic sculptor. This planet is carving out spiral arms in the gas and dust surrounding a young star. These arms are not only visually spectacular, but also provide clues about how planets, here, I'm holding my arm for a second. How planets, okay, start over. All right. Wait, I gotta go down. There we go. Okay. So NASA. Okay. How planets and solar systems forms. Unique appearance, : it's one of the reddest exoplanets ever observed. Adding to its mystique. Both these planets showcase the diversity and wonder of the universe. Okay. So the TOI, all uppercase, -198 stands for, quote, Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite Object of Interest, unquote. And then there's Tess, Objective Interest. We're going to learn, I've got more tomorrow. I'm going to study a bunch. I'm going to teach you a bunch about this Tess tomorrow. It's part of the naming convention used for planets identified by Tess. See? And we're going to learn all about Tess tomorrow. It's got a bunch of exciting, it says. Yeah. By Tess during its survey of the skies. Okay, I got to change arms. But, oh, we're lucky. We just got one last page. Okay? So, we shall show this one last page. Okay. The transiting, that light's in the way. I got to keep that light. The light's in the way. There. Like this kind of light. Okay, go like that. The transiting exoplanet survey satellite, Tess. NASA. Tess is, I can't hold it with this hand. Tess is a NASA mission designed to discover exoplanets planets beyond our solar system. Now that I found really fascinating. There's planets, they know, NASA knows for a fact, there are planets outside of our solar system. Have you ever, anybody out there, any of you, I know there's a bunch of you, highly educated, doctors, lawyers, have you ever heard that there are planets outside of our solar system? That is fascinating. Which means there could be life out on one of those planets or two or more. Who knows? I've never heard that there's planets outside our solar system. The more I teach this class and study, the kind of scarier it gets, kind of weird, because if there's so much of this weird stuff, planets outside our solar system, I never heard of such a thing. That's a big deal. Yeah. So by monitoring the bright of stars for periodic dips caused by planets passing in front of them, parenthesis, a method called the transit method. Here's how it works, and some of its most sensational discoveries, how Tess works. I told him to tell me the most exciting, sensational education about this Tess and these numbered, what are they called? The exoplanets, the exoplanets. I asked a lot of questions that other people wouldn't think to do. So you are learning a real lot from Miss Melinda, because I came up with those questions on my own. And that's how you got so much information, because I kept digging deeper and asking really weird questions. And here come to find out there's planets outside our solar system. I have never heard. I wonder if I'm going to ask the staff here, if anybody or residents has heard that there are planets outside our solar system. I'll bet they never did. I'll bet most people don't even know that unless they're into space. That's fascinating. So how are y'all doing? Did you enjoy these last two classes? This one and the one 2 nights ago, I started the Mars and the rovers. I thought this is like a whole different subject, that's real exciting. I mean, the universe and our solar system, and obviously outside our solar system, we have a lot we're learning outside of our solar system. That's fascinating. Yeah, because they're saying there's other planets outside there. So somehow they're making this equipment that's like a telescope, but they're like making it a billion, 100 billion times that go farther somehow. I'm going to investigate that. The research of how they can determine that, how did they find other planets outside our solar system? Do they know how many? Are we naming them yet? We ain't going to be able to land there for, I don't think, any time soon. But I want to research how they found out there's planets outside our solar system. And I want to ask tomorrow about, I think they said we landed on the moon 2 times recently. And one of them said, we landed on the moon for the first time. I don't know why the hell they said that. We landed on the moon back in 1969. So I don't know what they were talking about. Maybe for the first time now they're talking or something. But I'm just fascinating. See, this is infinitive. I can be teaching you guys this for the rest of our lives. That and my law classes is my 2 favorite subjects. But you will get you will get a lot of other stuff, and I'll put just simple little things, you know. There's a lot of exciting stuff coming up. So all of you out there who haven't hit my subscribe button yet, please hit my subscribe button. And wait a second, I'm getting weird lighting. I have to move this until I get the lighting back, because the lighting went weird on me. I don't know why it's not coming back. No, the lighting went weird. Okay, you can pop it. I'm right in the middle of recording. You can, you could get one and just set it down here.
What kind would you like?
Well, there's only 7-Up left. Okay, so.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, I'm recording, so I can't talk. Okay, so anyway, we got a lot. I want you to subscribe, because go hop around and look at some other videos. But the ones in the very beginning, if you don't know me already, those are weird looking, because I just bought this brand new tablet, and I don't have a clue how to use it. And right now I have a glare on my hair. That's why you see me struggling constantly. I'm trying to hold this tablet. I have to take a class in it, and I will when I get around to it. That's good. Thank you. And I would like you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and hit my like, would you please? And if you subscribe, I will smile. And guess what? If you subscribe, you will get to see my bright white teeth all the time. Jeez. They're my permanent roots and permanent teeth implants. So my teeth are newer than a teenager's teeth. That's why they look so bright and white. Come subscribe. Lots of times, spontaneous stories will come out. That I'm real into spontaneity. I think spontaneity is like the juice to life. When something happens spontaneously, that is, to me, more exciting than planning something, you know? And I had a spot, and that's why the name of my show is Miss Melinda's Spontaneous Smart, because I'm smart. Spontaneous because I love spontaneity, and I'm a diva, so it's Miss Melinda's Spontaneous Smart Diva Show. And if you subscribe, you're going to see a lot. I'm going to stay with the universe for a while now, because I really taught a long class, the judicial system. And so hit my subscribe and study the judicial system. But first watch these two, this one and the first universe one I did 2 nights ago with Mars. Let's call it Mars and the rovers. I did like 2 nights ago. It's in black and white. And then this one. So watch these 2 newest. But then I want you to go find me at the bottom where I'm wearing a black hat. That's either the first or second time I taught the judicial system class. And it had 4 categories. And I just got done finishing all 4 categories. So I want you to watch this one from the beginning, and then watch the last video I did, I think was 2 nights ago. So this and that one are both about rovers and Mars. So it's refreshing. But then after you do the 2 Mars, right there is the whole front row and the next second row judicial system and its categories. Watch all the judicial system talk videos at your own convenience. But watch them over and over. You can watch just a little and then come back the next day. You can, or watch it and come back in a couple hours. But watch all the judicial system. The first two are lost down where I began, was when I first started this show. So look for the black hat at the bottom. That's the beginning of the show. And that's either the first or second video I recorded of the judicial system. Then there's one more judicial system class down there from when I first started, by the black hat, I think. And then when you're done with those two, come up to the very top row where I'm at right now. And now you've already gonna have watched this one. And I told you to watch the one 2 nights ago, the first one on Mars, okay? Okay, and then I want you to watch every judicial system. Why am I getting a glare on my hair? I wonder if I go, no, it makes it worse. I don't know, I'm in a weird position. Okay, so watch all of the judicial, oh, am I too loud? Okay. So watch all my judicial system classes. Please watch all my judicial system classes. It's very interesting, and if you memorize one, you're going to get more interested, and you learn a second judicial system video. You're going to get more and more it gets interesting, more and more interesting, when you watch something over and over until you learn it and understand it and have it memorized. So please watch all the judicial system too. But you'll see this is real refreshing, Mars and the rovers, these 2 past classes, because the judicial system was a really long class. And at the beginning, my very first class I taught on this YouTube channel, my first YouTube channel show, Miss Melinda's Spontaneous Smart Diva Show. You go in the beginning, I started with linguistics, but it had so many difficult words that I had to define for you. And so we're going to come back to that. If I put aside the monopoly, I got to talk soft. If I put aside the monopoly, not the monopoly, I mean the morphology in the criminal mind article I looked up. If I leave that till after the linguistics class, then I could teach you linguistics and you can understand it. So we're going to do that, but I'm not going to do linguistics for a few months. I really want to do a lot with the solar system, universe, law classes, and then I'm going to go to this white book, and it has like birds and dinosaurs and everything you can think of. So we'll be doing that too. So subscribe, please, because you'll have a lot of fun. We have been having a lot of fun. And like I said, sometimes spontaneous stories might pop up in my head, and you'll see it's spontaneous. Or I might have a planned life story that I want to tell you when I'm in the mood. And when I'm in the mood, I will tell you a life story that I plan to tell you. So I will say, I'm telling you a life story that I plan to tell you. It's not spontaneous, but you know that, because when it's spontaneous, you can see it's spontaneous. Go to my gray sweater, my silver gray sweater, on I think the top first or second row, and watch that whole video, because I was just started talking about birds for some reason, and all of a sudden it turned into this story, a life story of mine that happened right here in my back parking lot with birds, and it's fascinating. I never knew that birds were that smart, but that evil and vicious and aggressive. Well, I will mention, I never said this, but they actually scare the squirrels away. When the birds and the squirrels are fighting over the peanuts people throw out, the birds can scoop down, fly up to those squirrels, and it scares them, and the squirrels run away. So even though the squirrels are bigger and more vicious with long claws and teeth, they can't get the birdies. The birdies come at them and scare them away. It's fascinating. They bully those squirrels. That part of the story I didn't mention. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go because my arm... Okay, here, I switched arms. But I got this pulled aside. Okay, so listen, today's Hump Day Wednesday. So I'm going to do some more work for you tomorrow. And I'll see you all tomorrow night. And I want you all to enjoy life. Life is too short. You know, I have things that somebody does to me that's mean, you know. You gotta let it go, you know. I'm 66 years old, you know. I only got 4 years left to be in my 60s and 10 years left to be in 70s. So I'm going to have a damn good time every freaking day. And I do not care. I am not going to let somebody destroy my day. I just let it go and accept, you know, it happened, it's done, and you can't change it or fix it. So live in the moment, which is right now. Subscribe and live in the moment with Melinda, because lots of fun things happen here and lots of spontaneity comes out. And we have a good time here. So you subscribe, and if you're ever down and out, just go in. I want you to go into eventually all my videos. But you could jump around in the beginning just to see what I'm about. But you'll find out that my judicial system and this class here that I've taught tonight and a night or two ago, it's the Mars thing with rovers, that and my judicial law class system law class are the two best thus far. Well, they'll stay one of the best, but they're the best over all the other audio-visual videos. Yeah, it took time for me to get used to everything. I was really struggling with the tablet, but I still do sometimes struggle with the tablet, you know. But I think I held the tablet pretty good. So subscribe and please give me a like. I would appreciate it. And we're going to have more classes. I think tomorrow I'm going to throw in something like dinosaurs and some weird things like that. Just to add another, since I gave you 2 of the universe now and all the judicial system, we'll do a little thing like what they would teach in grammar school or junior high school. We'll do a couple of classes of that tomorrow. Okay. I love you all. And please, stay healthy. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink too much alcohol. And don't do drugs. Life, I have learned to love life and enjoy life clean and sober. And I am having a joyful, joyful life. And my parents up in heaven are very proud of me. And my brother's proud of me and my family. And God's proud of me. I'm living the life of a Catholic nun. My biggest crimes or sins are screaming and swearing. And that's it. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let y'all go. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. I love y'all. Let's see if I can blow you a kiss. Okay. I love you all. Okay, bye.